Hi everybody, Robert Dyer, and welcome to the Robert Dyer channel Christmas Countdown, where tonight I have the other limited edition Game Fuel flavor from Mountain Dew, and this one is supposedly brand new. They've never had it before. And this is Mountain Dew Game Fuel Mystic Punch. I'll say that right out of the gate I'm a little more excited about this one, a little more enthusiastic, because I'm not really that big on Halo as a game series, and I'm not big on Diablo 4, which this is tied in with either. But I'll say that it's a more interesting theme. It's a little closer to my interest of games like Castlevania or the sort of horror or fantasy type genres of games. And this has some great artwork on here, and just the name of it, Mystic Punch, it sounds like something you might find to drink in one of those games. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the packaging here. Have the Diablo 4 logo, Xbox logo. You get the 2 points for this gaming rewards for Xbox. And then over here you have this character from the game, Lilith. I don't know who had the tall female character first, this game or Resident Evil, but got this sort of concrete stone themed Mountain Dew font, Mystic Punch. Then unfortunately they kind of let this panel over here go to waste. It's just some jagged stripes. Let's go ahead and get this open. I have this chilled to a precise 33 degrees Fahrenheit in my Mountain Dew cooler. There she blows. Let's get the lid off. The aroma, well, sort of smells like Hawaiian Punch crossed with peach. Now, I'm a big fan of fruit punches. I think the most iconic ones, in my opinion, are Minute Maid Fruit Punch and Hawaiian Punch, as I just mentioned. Fruit Punch is generally very refreshing, and the purple color's kind of throwing me off here because the Fruit Punch is supposed to be red. But let's go ahead and pour this into the finest bachelor's glassware, and we'll see what we're dealing with here. You know, the color's telling us grape, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense for fruit punch. Grape is a minimal part of a fruit punch, if even any part of it. Get the cap back on there. Can't stand the flat soda. You can see I like this color even though it doesn't fit fruit punch, but it is a dark color for a darker game, I guess. And when I get this in the wider cup, got a little more of a Minute Maid Fruit Punch aroma going on, which I think is a positive development. Let's go ahead and see how it tastes. Well, the first thing I noticed, it doesn't seem to be as sweet and syrupy as the citrus cherry one was. I hope it doesn't end up being one of those more watery flavors. I wouldn't say it tastes like Minute Maid Fruit Punch or Hawaiian Punch. It's definitely its own kind of fruit punch recipe. Does this have no, unlike the Halo one, This one doesn't have juice in it, so that's another difference. Doesn't seem as sweet as some of my favorite Mountain Dews. I really tend to favor the ones that are extra sweet.
Bob, I always thought it was a bit strange that there wasn't a door under your basement stairs. I started feeling around and I activated a hidden door. It turns out there is a door there after all, and it opened into a dark passageway that I can't see more than a few inches inside. Who built this house? And where does this passage go? Is it merely to some sub-basement, or is it an entryway to the hollow earth? Will we encounter an ancient civilization powered by vril energy? Sandro and I are going to go in to investigate. We've packed liverwurst sandwiches and some of this mystic punch for our quest. If we're not back in an hour, come after us.
Well, I just have to say that it's kind of a tale of two sodas here going in opposite directions. The citrus cherry, I wasn't all that excited about. Master Chef, if he's not working in the kitchen, it's not really my sort of game. If I want to play a shooter, it'd be something like Duke Nukem, Grand Theft Auto, but the flavor of the cherry soda turned out to be quite good. Here we have kind of the opposite, a little more interesting theme in my opinion. They're just using the artwork from the game, so it's not really Mountain Dew artwork, but it is great, dark, sort of evil, role-playing, fantasy horror theme. It certainly appeals to me more on the shelf than the Halo artwork did. Sort of a poor man's Satana Hellstrom, I guess. Talk about a great Marvel character that's withered on the vine in the MCU. That's a character who ought to have a game and a movie at this point. But having said that, I mean, the Diablo type game is still not really what I'm looking for. But I really like this theme about Mystic Punch. It definitely had the vibe I was looking for, along with my love of fruit punch. And unfortunately, while the theme was great, the fruit punch itself, it had a great name, but it didn't have quite the flavor I was looking for. I think it's a little more citrus oriented, which I guess is not surprising because it's got Mountain Dew in it. So I think they should have. I think there was a Mountain Dew in the last couple years I reviewed that actually did have sort of a Hawaiian Punch flavor, if I remember correctly. So I guess they went in that direction too soon, and now they've got an actual fruit punch, and they're not really delivering on what the traditional fruit punch flavor should be, in my opinion. So I say it's somewhat refreshing. It's not as sweet. It doesn't have that syrup candy sort of after effect to the flavor. So it's not quite as refreshing and energizing to me. So I'll say great artwork, great theme, great name, but a little bit disappointing that the actual soda didn't quite live up to the billing here. So I'm going to give this, I should give it 2 stars out of 5, but it has such a great artwork, and the creativity of the name of Mystic Punch that's enough for me to bump it up to just coming over the finish line, just barely 3 stars out of 5. It's you know, it's gonna serve as the game fuel. It's decently refreshing, but it's not super refreshing like the citrus cherry game fuel was. So I hope you like this video. Share it with your friends. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time on this Christmas countdown. Bye, everybody.